Hi, this is Fran from Crystal Clear Tarot with Francesca with a new pick a card reading. And today's reading is based on the Moonology cards. We have a lot of funky things going on with the moon. We have a new moon coming up this week, and a lot of the readings that I've been looking at have been talking about the ring of fire that we have coming up. And, I know on my Facebook page, it says I'm an astrologer, but I'm not an astrologer. I'm just learning about astrology. But I felt I really wanted to base a reading off of the Moonology cards. And I've set it up in a recent past, present, and future situation. So you can, your question can be about romance or career. I'm going to try to keep it as broad as I can. And as usual, you're going to pick one of the piles, and today you're going to use the angel cards and the crystals to help you pick. So for pile number 1, I love this angel message, humor, and it's spelled the British way, O-U-R at the end, humor. And the stone that goes with it is green moss agate. It looks black here. I wonder if I turn this light on. Well, that didn't really help, did it? Believe me, it's a dark green. It's definitely a mossy kind of green. It looks black, but it's not. Okay, so humor. The second pile, the angel message is communication. Communication. So if that's something that you're appealed to, here's the jasper, the red jasper that goes with it. This is my favorite sample of jasper that I have. I have a few different kinds, and I have a dog named Jasper, so it's very near and dear to me. Okay, and then pile number 3, a little more serious here. The angel message, is integrity. Integrity. The stone that I put with it is orange calcite. Okay, so you want to think about those messages, or you want to think about which stone is really drawing you in. I'll show you one more time. Pile 1, humor, green moss agate. Pile 2, communication with jasper. And pile 3 is integrity with orange calcite. Okay, so I'm going to move pile 3 out of the way. And I'm going to move pile 2 out of the way. I believe I have 10 cards beyond the angel cards in this reading. And I will pick clarifying cards if we need it. Let's put humor right there. Okay, pile number 1. Hi. You picked humor with the green moss agate. So the first 3 cards we're going to look at are the Moonology cards. And let's see. We're going to put them in the order that I picked them. So for the recent past, here's what the Moonology card says. The energy is gaining momentum. Okay. Whatever situation you're thinking about, you definitely you've done some work to help manifest it. The work might not have been active. Like, I have a feeling you literally may have tried to manifest something into your life. Like you asked the universe for something, or you prayed to God for something. So this card is telling you, don't worry, it's coming. Okay? You don't have to do anything else. You just have to let go. I say just, but that's really hard for me to do sometimes. And I have a feeling the word humor is here because Spirit knows that you've been kind of grumpy about it. Okay? So Spirit wants to let you know that whatever it is you're trying to manifest, You started off correctly, you did what you needed to do, but now you just need to kind of be patient and let it go. Let the universe now take over. All right, so that's our recent past. We're going to get some more information about that. Let's look at the present. Work through your fears. Yeah, I really feel like you guys are letting yourselves get too serious about what it is you're trying to manifest, what it is. And if you didn't, sit down and really meditate and try to manifest it, there's something that you want to be in your life. You want something in your life. And now your ego is kind of tricking you into thinking, oh no, this is never going to happen. Oh my gosh, I'm 30 and I'm still not married. Or, it's going to be irrational fears that you're having right now. That's probably why you're picking pick-a-card readings, because you want some answers. The universe is asking you to please not worry. And actually, I'm going to read from the book for this one. I have a Moonology book. Sometimes I get the message directly from Spirit, but when it comes to fears, that's so broad that I want to see some specifics in the book for you. Okay, so let me just grab that book. What phase of the moon is this? The new moon in Scorpio. So let's see. I hope you don't mind me reading it from the book, but sometimes they really put something in a certain way that I may not have picked up on. Okay. This card suggests a rebirth. Think of your situation as the phoenix that's rising from the ashes, as the birth, death, rebirth paradigm. That's what Scorpio energy is all about. Whatever you've been through, there's a new start ahead. And even though it might seem a little dark right now, you are going through transformation. Right now is the time. It's time. There's one part that says, if you want to get into the energy of this moon, have some sexy time. I lie to you not. It's right there. Have some sexy time. I don't know if I can. There you go. I can see why humor came out for this one. So yeah, it's warning you against trying to hold on to something too tightly. That's what I was talking about earlier with the recent past. Because now it's getting to the point where you're becoming obsessive about something, or you're actually by trying to be in control, you're not letting the universe do its work. Okay? So if it's possible to have some sexy time, go right ahead and do that. Okay. So this is for your immediate future. Let's see what comes up here. A new romantic cycle begins. Okay. Well, maybe that sexy time did the trick. So we have a new moon in Libra. So you're going to have in the future, whatever this, if it happens to be a romantic situation, which is what this looks like it is, if you asked about a romantic situation, you're going to have a new phase coming into your relationship if you're with someone. If you're not with someone and what you were trying to manifest is someone new, you have someone coming in, and it must be someone that you have to learn something from, because it says a cycle, and usually we learn things in tarot. When we're talking about a cycle, we're talking about going through something in order to learn a lesson. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be short term at all. It just means that you're going to be learning from this person an important lesson, and that's what the Moonology card wants you to keep in mind. So the balance is going to come through. You've been really serious here, and now you're going to balance that out by having some time where you're going to feel a little more carefree. We're going to get some clarifying cards now with the tarot, okay? So this is the Steampunk Tarot that I like to use. So for the energy is gaining momentum. 7 of Pentacles, yeah. This is exactly what I was talking about before. You have already done some legwork as far as trying to bring something about in your life. And you should be proud of whatever it is that you've done up to this point. It really is a work of art. And I don't just mean like a painting work of art. You've really thought about this situation, and you've already put a lot of effort into it. If it's not manifesting, whatever it is, whatever question you asked about, whatever area of your life, you've put some really good work into it. And in the recent past, perhaps you finally realize that. Okay, Spirit's telling me some of you don't realize that, and that's why this card came up. Okay, so be proud of what you've done in the past. If we're talking about your career, you can be proud of that. That doesn't mean you can't want more. Okay. For the present, the work through your fears. You got to let those fears go. Let the universe do its job. Yeah, here we go, Magician. Oh, High Priestess. I always get this confused. So the High Priestess is telling me this is a time when you're going to start noticing a lot of coincidences. Some signs might be coming to you. Yeah, because of your past efforts, you have manifested whatever's coming in your life. I know I use the word manifest a lot, but whatever is happening presently in your situation, it's a direct result of the energy that you've put into it in the past. And I feel for most of you, you really have done some good work on this situation in the past. I don't feel like any of you have given up or are trying to manifest something that's going to hurt anybody. I feel whatever it is, it's for good. And the future, a new romantic cycle begins. Oh, Ace of Cups. Well, that's what Ace of Cups means, something new in your life, a new phase in your life. Now, if you didn't ask about romance, let me talk about that for a minute. If you asked about a career situation, money, maybe your car's broken down and you're asking about that, think of a new romantic cycle as being in the future, something new or someone new is going to be helping you with your problem. Okay? And this probably will be something from out of the blue. Because of this Ace of Cups, this usually is something that comes to you, and it's right from the universe. It's like a gift from the universe. So no matter what your situation is, you've got a positive outcome coming up. And of course, if you did ask about a romantic situation, the Ace of Cups is a beautiful card, all about the beginning of a new relationship. If you're already in the middle of a relationship, it can mean a really peaceful, loving phase of your relationship is going to be starting. And then the last card, this has kind of become my signature. I love these love oracle cards because most of the time they're talking about relationships, but I've always been able to get other messages from them as well. So let's see if this relates to, I usually tell you it may relate to the general reading, which I think it's going to today, or it could be a message on its own. So let's see what it says. Surrender. Yeah. At times, we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go, and all will work out. So just like I said over here, you need to let go and let the universe kind of come in and do its job. Okay? I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did, I would love it if you hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, please do consider becoming a subscriber. It doesn't cost you anything. And you'll just get notifications when more of these free readings are online. And of course, if you want a more personalized reading, you can always contact me through this channel, Crystal Clear Tarot with Francesca, or through my Facebook page by the same name, Crystal Clear Tarot with Francesca. Okay, if you're leaving me pile number 1, have a great day. On to pile number 2. Hi, pile number 2. You picked communication that had the Jasper stone. I have a feeling the communication card definitely has something to do with what you're asking about. So I think this is going to be like an interpersonal kind of question. I think some of you are waiting for some news to come across. I think some of you are asking about relationship problems. And I think some of you picked this pile because you just like the Jasper. Okay, so the Moonology card really are the basis of your reading, okay? So the way I did this was I picked a past energy, present energy, and future energy, okay? If I need more clarification, I'll pick extra cards. And I also have the Moonology book here. I had to use it once in pile 1. So if I need it, I will use it. Okay? So here's your past energy. Step out of your comfort zone. Okay, so recently you did something regarding this situation. Actually, I'm going to leave this here for a second. You did something regarding your situation that really was out of the common for you. It might have taken you a lot of guts to do it. Because this is the North Node, as I said earlier, I'm not an astrologer, but I know the North Node has to do with what your life purpose is. So some of you are definitely coming here to ask about what you should be doing with your life, or if you've made the right choice in your life as far as career goes. Doesn't mean you can't be here for romantic reasons too. Did you ask somebody out that, and you normally don't do that kind of thing, or you normally don't, you're usually not attracted to the same, maybe you asked somebody out or somebody asked you out and you said yes, and this person really is out of the norm for you. It's not really what you would call your type normally. Whichever situation it is, Spirit loves it when you do this, okay? Stepping out of your comfort zone is always a very positive energy. Even though you feel scared out of your boots, Spirit really wants you to know that it's proud of you for doing that, and you generated some positive energy for now. Okay, this is in the past. Something that you did in the past is generating some positive energy. And the purple in this card is really calling out to me. Purple's a very spiritual color. The amethyst stone that I keep here, I keep it with my little Buddha over here in the corner. And I do that because it is a very, its energy kind of helps me with getting messages from Spirit. And I like to keep it here, and I usually drop it once I do this. There we go. So whatever it is that you did, Spirit was behind it 100%. In fact, Spirit might have been that little urge that you needed to do this. So be proud of yourself. And I do think it has something to do with reaching out to another person. It could be that you went on an interview for a different kind of job, or you sent an application for a job that you've never done before, okay? That was Spirit. Whatever choice you made in the past that kind of pushed you or nudged you out of your comfort zone, that came from Spirit, okay? So let's see what the present is right now. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Okay, I think you're doubting yourselves right now because you haven't heard back from this person, whoever it is you're either trying to get a job from or trying to get something from. You haven't heard anything. That's where you are right now, and that's probably why you're at this reading. Don't let your fear take over, because now is when the ego is going to tell you, you see, I told you shouldn't have asked that girl out. I told you this was going to happen. You know, you're not meant to do that kind of job. You aren't good enough to get that kind of job. That person is way out of your league. What are you doing? Okay, does that sound familiar? That's your ego talking to you. Okay, Spirit wants you to know you've got to let that go. For some of you, and it might only be one of you, I don't know, it depends how many people see this reading. Some of you have reached out to someone that you've been estranged from for a while. It could be a friendship that broke down, or it could be someone in your family that you haven't spoken to in a long time. You've made the first move, but this person isn't responding right now. Spirit is telling you not to worry, okay? Let's see what the Moonology card suggests for releasing negativity, okay? Because I really feel that that's going to be important for someone. So let's see, full moon in Scorpio 82. If you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a direct message to stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation that you're asking about. If someone's being unkind to you, then maybe it's time you let them go. It's going to be an emotionally intense time. So right now you might be feeling very emotional. There could be some nastiness in the air. And if that's the case, that's your sign to move away from this person or anything you think is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning. Now, you see, I didn't pick up on this meaning, and I should have, because I know about Scorpio. Your sex life can improve now if you make an effort. You all have what you need inside of you to bring about your desired results. So Scorpio's the sexy sign. I know that because I was born on the cusp between Libra and Scorpio, and I always call Scorpio my naughty side. So for some of you, I guess, this could have to do with getting physical with a person. I guess that's a way to communicate. I think for most of you, though, it has to do with some negativity going on in the situation right now. And you know, Spirit just wants you to know you don't have to have that negativity in your life, okay? That doesn't mean you never talk to this person again, you know, especially if you've reached out and they don't respond to you. But what you don't do is hang on to it and worry yourself over it, okay? You can ask Spirit to help you let go. And letting go is not easy. That's a lesson I've had to learn over and over again. It's not easy to do, but if you ask Spirit to help you with it, it becomes a lot easier. There's a lot of meditations on YouTube. Those of you that follow me know that that's my, that's kind of my cure-all. Meditation has done so many good things for me. I really suggest it, especially if you're trying to let go. You know, just go to YouTube, type YouTube guided meditation, not YouTube. No, Bono has nothing to do with this. Go to YouTube and click on or type in guided meditation for letting go. You'll see all different kinds of videos pop up. Just choose one that appeals to you. Maybe it's the time that appeals to you, or maybe the image that you see appeals to you, and try it and try different ones. Because if you don't let it go, keeping those emotions of worry and anxiety and anger inside, that's just going to hurt you, okay? So the communication as far as the present, communicate with your higher self, communicate with the universe, with God, whatever you believe in, okay? Because right now, I feel like a lot of you are not getting that communication back. Or if you did get something back, it might have been a nasty message, okay? Okay, so let's look what the future energy is. Don't let pride get in your way. Yeah, I'll tell you what's going to happen. This is what I'm seeing pretty clearly. If you already got some communication back from whatever it was you were asking about, and it was nasty, guess what? They're going to come back asking for forgiveness, okay? This card is asking you to forgive. Don't let the fact that they knocked you down once stop you from trying to continue to mend this relationship or to get this job or to work with this company, whatever it is you're trying to do. Don't let ego take control, okay? It's going to be really important because unfortunately, I think a lot of you are going to be unsuccessful right now with your communication. It could be that, the person you want to hear from, they don't come back at all. They don't communicate at all. That's okay. Just let it go. Talk to the universe about it. Talk to God about it, whatever you're comfortable with. But in the near future, the situation's going to switch. And if we're talking about a job situation, perhaps this wasn't the job for you that you reached out, but something else is going to come directly in your path, okay? Don't let your pride tell you, oh, well, it didn't work out the first time. Why am I going to try for another job in that field? Or why should I apply for this other job in the company? They turned me down for the first one. Well, it's because that wasn't meant for you. Nothing that's meant for you is going to pass you by. If this person is supposed to be in your life, they're going to come back into your life. But I'm not saying to welcome the person with open arms, but I am saying to communicate. Listen. Remember, part of communication is listening, okay? If you're not willing to listen, if you're going to just say, oh, my ego was bruised, you've lost your chance, buddy, I just don't think you're going to get what you need. And I think what's going to happen is this situation is going to happen again with someone else. So in the immediate future, I do see you getting some communication, if you haven't already. Okay, so the next thing I intended to do was to give you 3 cards to clarify past, present, future. Well, these 2 cards came out together, so I'm going to be using them for the future to help clarify. So, and I forgot to tell group 1 this. For the moon cards, I kind of shuffled a little bit differently because they're thicker and they don't tend to pop out as much. This deck I absolutely love because cards are always flying out at me. So Spirit really, each of these cards flew out for every single group. So these should be really clarifying for us. So for step out of your comfort zone, for the past, you have the Hermit. Yeah, remember I told you that it was the universe kind of nudging you or Spirit nudging you to do this? This is the light, and you chose to follow the light. Even though you weren't sure, even though you were afraid, even though you were nervous about doing it, you followed the light. And Spirit is saying you need to be proud of yourself for that. Anytime you step out of your comfort zone, that should be a celebration, regardless of the outcome. Okay, so for the present, it's time to release negativity. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I love this energy. The Queen of Pentacles has a confidence aura about her. And even if you're a male watching this, the Queen of Pentacles is saying, you're going to be all right no matter the outcome of this situation. You have everything you need inside of you. Okay? So remember, if you feel some negativity around you, You need to let that go. You can do that through meditation, through journal writing. But the Spirit's telling me to keep your cool at this time. Okay? Don't suppress your feelings. I'm not telling you to ignore your feelings. You've got to let them out, but do it through meditation, asking to be able to let go of these feelings. Do it through writing. Or if you have a really close friend, talk it out with your close friend. Communication, remember, was the message from the angel. So get it out of you. Get that negativity out. Spirit can sometimes be funny with me. I think I have a good sense of humor, but Spirit just said to tell you, don't get it out by drinking as much Jack Daniels as you can, Get it out in a healthy way. That's what this card is saying. Okay? Keep your cool. That's for the present. So for the future, don't let pride get in your way. Let's see what the tarot cards tell us. So we have the Fool. So the Fool could be this other person coming back and realizing they want to start something new, or they want to offer you something new in your life. But I feel more strongly this is you. And you are getting ready to start something new in the future that has to do with this situation. And I think some of you are thinking, nah, the Fool is him, or the Fool is her for sure. Or the Fool is that company for not offering me a job. That's a great attitude as well. But the Fool really isn't a negative card. It has to do with being positive and being brave. So this has a lot to do with the bravery that you showed in stepping out of your comfort zone. The Fool will not only do that, the Fool looks forward to doing that. Okay? There's no negative connotation with the Fool. Let's see what the other card is. Oh, the Devil. Okay, 15. Don't get scared off by that name. Okay. So, I know exactly what this means. It gave me two possibilities for your future, and it's going to be up to you which one you choose. If you follow the advice of the Moonology card and you don't let pride get in the way and you keep a positive attitude, you're going to have a new beginning coming to you. Okay? It could be with the same person that you're asking about, or it could be with the same company that you're asking about, or it could be with someone completely new. Now remember, I said immediate future. Well, how long is that? I'm not sure. When I say immediate future, I mean like within the month, okay? So if you make this choice and don't let pride get in your way when the person comes back or the company sends you, or you get a phone call giving you another opportunity, if you let pride get in your way, then you're not choosing the Fool's way, okay? Because this is going to be something positive. If you let pride get in your way, that's the devil working in you. Now, I don't mean the devil like, the kind of devil that everybody thinks of when you say the word devil. I mean the energy inside of you that makes you obsess over things, or that makes you hang on to that fear and that anxiety and that anger, like not letting something go. So Spirit usually doesn't do this. I can't remember the last time Spirit has given me a message like this, but they're telling me there is a clear choice for you to make, okay? If you can follow the advice here about letting the negativity go, and this is really important because this is in the present about letting the negativity go. If you can be the bigger person, if you can keep your heart open to communicate, if you can remember that listening is part of communication, then you're going to have something new, a new journey, a new person, something new in your life that's going to bring excitement and joy right from the beginning. If you hang on to those feelings, remember I said if you try to repress your feelings, I told you not to. Look at this face up here. Tell me that's not what it looks like when you are bottling your anger up. I think that's what I get like. When I get jealous, those eyes, those green eyes, you have steam coming out. I mean, and it's all, you're being controlled by outside forces. Okay, don't let these outside forces control how you react. Okay, you've got to make the choice yourself. So that's why those two cards came out together. The last card, I've been doing this with most of my readings now. I like to pick a Lover's Oracle card, or there's a couple of other decks I use too. So this might go in with the communication message that I just gave you, or it might be something totally different. So if you asked about work, this could still have something to do with getting a new job. But if not, you can apply it to a situation in your life, or you can ignore it, because this is just really something extra I like to do. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Okay, I know why this came up. Because I told you that this is a choice, right? But if you take this choice, the Fool, it's not guaranteeing that things are going to be A-okay from this point on. What it's guaranteeing is that out of the two choices that you've been given, this is the better one. Now, if you can't make that choice to be the Fool, if you can't let go of this anger, of these energies, this doesn't mean that you're going to die, or that, the devil's going to overtake you, or that your personality is going to change forever. No. But what it's saying to you is that the lesson that you're going to learn is going to take you longer to learn because you've made this choice. So it does make sense that these came out together, because this is the only reading where you had a choice for your future. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. This is the quicker choice to make, where you're going to get more positive energy. This one, it's going to take you longer to learn the lesson, but then you're going to be okay, on track. So I don't ever want you to be afraid of like the Death card or the Devil card. They're not predicting you're going to become Charles Manson or anything like that. Okay? All right. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. I hope you got your questions answered. If you liked the video, please do hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, I would love it if you became one. I'm trying to get to the point, I think I have to get 150 subscribers to be able to do lives for you. I'm at 102 last time I checked. So if you'd like to become a subscriber, all that happens is that you're notified when I release one of these new readings. Okay? All right. I hope you have a great day, pile number 2. We're going to go on to pile number 3 now. Hi, pile number 3. Integrity. Now, right from the get-go, I felt like this pile was going to be more significant than the first two. And what I mean by more significant is I think you're asking about something that's really close to your heart, and that it's something where you're going to be learning a lesson. So that was just the immediate feel I got. So you picked the orange calcite. So we're going to start off with the basis of our reading from the Moonology cards. So I picked past energy, present energy, future energy. Okay? So for the past, we have confidence is the key to your success. New moon in Leo. So in your recent past, in this situation that you're talking about, you needed to show confidence. I think most of you did show it. But if you don't like where you are right now in that situation, then you may have needed the Leo's energy behind you, okay? For most of you, I think you did show some confidence. You did something in the past that really made you feel like you're on the right track in this situation, whether it's a career situation or a relationship or, something to do with finances. Spirit wants you to know that confidence is going to be important, not just for the past, but as you proceed in this situation. And it has to be true confidence, like it can't be, I guess it could be fake it till you make it, but I'm getting the feeling because of the integrity card, in the past, maybe it might have taken you a while to really fake it till you made it, but you did make it. Whatever the situation is, you did show some confidence in the past. And it's talking about future success. So already that's a good omen right there. Let's see what the present energy is. A win-win outcome is forecast. Well, there you go. This is the full moon in Libra. And you, whatever the situation is, at the point right now, the work that you've put into it, whether it's a relationship or a job or finances, it looks like if you can remember to be balanced and fair, that's where the integrity comes in. If you can remember to be balanced and fair, then not only are you going to win, but whatever the other part of the situation is, like you're going to come to a solution where everybody's going to be happy. But there's something going on that right now that you're aware of. You might have a chance to gain an advantage, and maybe it won't be in the most fair way. Spirit wants me to tell you that you don't need to do that because you've already laid the groundwork. If you have some opportunity to kind of cheat to get an advantage, or maybe not, maybe cheat is too strong, maybe, I don't know, maybe if you're going for a job, like the situation that I'm picking up on is that like if you're going for a job and you know someone who knows the boss, like that would give you an advantage. That's not exactly cheating, but it's not exactly showing integrity either. You need to trust in your abilities, trust in yourself. You're not going to need any outside help for this. Okay, so you've already got a win-win outcome is forecast. So that's positive. You're gonna get whatever it is you need out of this situation in the future. And you've got the word success over here. So stay confident and stay in your integrity. There's another message coming through. Hang on. Some of you are in a new relationship, and the reason that this person was attracted to you was your confidence, but I'm a little bit worried that some of you might be getting a little cocky right now. Like, I don't know how new the relationship is, but I do know you may have a tendency to kind of think quite a lot of yourself, which, I definitely want you to love yourselves and be proud of yourselves, but just be careful. Like, for me, integrity in a relationship means some people think it's harmless to flirt with other people when you're in a relationship, and I think it really depends on the person you're in a relationship with. So if you're asking about a relationship, just don't disrespect your other half by, by flirting or by being inappropriate or assuming too much. I don't know, that just came to me, and Spirit wanted me to get that out there, because some of you are asking about relationship issues. Just be fair. Right now, the energy that's going to bring you success is fairness, okay? In the past, you had to be confident to make sure you'd be successful. And now what the Moonology card is saying is that you need to be fair and balanced. You need to it's that golden rule. You need to treat others the way you want to be treated. That's going to ensure that you have the success that you want in the future. Let's see what the future energy is. Your commitment is being tested. Yeah. See, I think that right now you guys are tempted to do something that's going to ruin the whole situation. Even if you're not in a committed relationship, if this is a relationship question, you're being tempted to do something, and Spirit is telling you, don't do it. Just don't do it. Because that's not going to bring you the success that you want. If this is a work situation, you may really want like a position that either is in your company or is in another company. Just be sure that you are being fair to your current boss or your current employer, okay? Because if you're not being fair, you're just going to be bringing bad karma on you. Now remember, this is a future energy, so this isn't going on right now, but it's going to be tested in the future. So I asked for the immediate future, which to me is usually like a month out. So just be careful that you really are approaching this situation with integrity. Like, you should be able to say to whoever's involved with the situation, I didn't do anything I'm ashamed of. Okay? You don't need to do anything at this point except to be faithful, committed, and confident. Okay? And I need you to remember those words: confident, faithful, and committed. Because, in the near future, that's going to be tested. Something's going to happen in your relationship. Something's going to happen in your work situation. Whatever you were thinking about, those 3 words are going to come back to you. Okay? And you need to be able to say, listen, whatever I did, I know was the fair thing to do. So let's see if we can get some more clarification with the tarot cards from the Steampunk Tarot. So your first one for the past was 3 of Wands. Yeah, this is when you were you were in the planning stages of whatever you were asking about, or you realized that because of your confidence, look, these ships are coming in. You might have worked, someone else might have helped you bring this situation about. So you really didn't, all you had to do here was wait and be sure that your ships were coming in, which you can see that this person sees that they're coming in. And you know that phrase, waiting for your ships to come in, you just had to kind of sit back and just be confident that you did what you needed to do. Okay. Now for the present, a win-win outcome is, it's this one. A win-win outcome is forecast. What does this say? 7 of Cups. Yeah. Man, Temptation. Some of you are going to be facing some temptation to go against what it is that you just manifested in your life. 7 of Cups means not being sure of what you want. My eyes were drawn to the dragon up here. Someone's going to try to tempt you away, either in a relationship or a business situation or with finances, like, those quick loan deals, like if you're asking about when money's going to come in, man, don't do it. This is really this to me, the present right now, this is your warning. I think this is why Spirit led you to this reading. Don't do it. And I think each of you knows what it is for you not to do. Okay? The card after this is the 8 of Cups, and that's usually a decision to walk away. The one before this is a 6 of Cups, and that has to do with nostalgia and feeling like you've known someone a long time. So the 7 of Cups in the middle is kind of like, to me, it's the temptation card. Like, people look at this and don't think it's so horrible, but you see how this guy, he's kind of keeping his eyes. We really can't see his eyes, but I'm hoping that his eyes are on the prize right here. This is either your relationship or the good thing that you've manifested in your life. We can't see his eyes. That's why I'm always suspicious of this one. Like, you may be tempted to get your eye off the prize. I'm sorry I'm using all these cliches today. But something is tempting you right now. Remember, be balanced. Stay in your integrity. It's going to be worth it. Your future, your commitment is being tested. 5 of Swords. Yeah. Those of you that stay confident, those of you that keep your integrity balanced and keep away from the temptation, you're going to come out on top. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. You're going to have a couple of battles to fight, but you're going to come out on top. Usually the 5 of Pentacles kind of shows, this is 5 of Swords. I'm sorry. This is 5 of Swords. Yeah, you're still going to come out on top. You've got 3 swords here. You've got your confidence here, you've got your integrity, and you've got Spirit on your side. Okay? You can overcome these temptations. Whatever it is that's trying to lure you away from your commitment, in the words of Nancy Reagan, just say no. You can still be successful, but you got to have these 3 things behind you. You got to have the confidence, you got to have your integrity, and you got to keep in touch with Spirit. Communicate with Spirit. You can do that through meditation. You can do that through praying. You can do that through just talking to the universe, writing letters to the universe. There's all sorts of resources out there. Keep an open mind. That's another message I'm getting. Yeah, I don't trust these 2 over here. It might actually be a man and a woman trying to lead you off your path. For some of you, it might be just the man or just the woman, but I have a feeling this is like a tag team. Maybe your friends are trying to talk you out of doing something. Yeah, just be careful. Stay with your commitment. Stay with integrity. I'm not saying you can never walk away from this situation, but if you do it with integrity. Okay? If you're going to quit from a job, don't just show up one day and quit. Give the 2 weeks notice. If you don't feel, the spark with the person you've been seeing, be honest with the person. Be fair. If you do that, then you can walk away and there's no problem. When we say commitment, we don't mean for the rest of your life. Okay? We mean for as long as it brings you what you need in the situation. But you got to do it with integrity. Okay, my last card, I usually pick a romance card. This is from the Love Oracle. This might have something to do with the whole message, even if you didn't ask about romance. It might still have something to do with a work situation. Occasionally, it's like a separate message, but most of the time it does tie in. So let's see what it says here. Playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. All right, remember way back at the beginning of the reading, I said that I felt like this was a more serious reading than the other two. I think Spirit's agreeing with me and just wants to remind you that even though this might be heavy on your mind, and even though all the advice I've given you has been very serious and very, this has been full of warnings, this reading. Don't feel like that's the energy you have to have in this situation, okay? Laughter is the best therapy. That's the most true line that has ever been spoken. So if at the times when you're feeling like, if you're feeling scared, or if you're feeling worn down, or if you're feeling like everything's against you, find a way to bring some laughter into your life, whether it's putting on a funny movie or God knows you go on YouTube or those TikTok videos, which I still don't get, but they definitely can bring a smile to your face. Hang out with people. Sorry, my dog is moving my camera. Stop. Or hang out with people that bring out that playfulness side of you. Okay? That's going to help you. All right, pile number 3. Wow, that one had a heavy energy to it. I hope this helped you. If you liked the video, please do hit like, and if you're not a subscriber, you might want to consider becoming one. There's no charge involved. I don't get your email address or anything like that. It just notifies you when I release these new videos that are always for free. If you want a reading that's a little more personal to your situation, feel free to reach out to me on this channel, or I have a Facebook page by the same name, Crystal Clear Tarot with Francesca. Okay, guys, have a nice night. Bye-bye.